most watched weather team, live 5 or 6. Coverage you can count on. The News Channel 6 mobile app is now even better. Download it today.
Good Sunday morning. It's a very cold start to the day, all waking up in the 20s, so definitely leave with plenty of time if you're about to head out the door. It's likely you will have some frost on your windshield. More details on the forecast this week coming right up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, how one sheriff's office is encouraging youth from our area who may need guidance and mentoring. Plus how South Carolinians can get a free at-home COVID-19 rapid test kit this week, why some people may not be able to get one. And later, a warning about rideshare apps after a man says he was scammed while using one. Details as your #1 source for local weekend morning news starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on Wjbf News Channel 6.
Good morning, sunshine. Thank you for joining us. It's great to see you. I'm Sean Cabbage-Stock. Coverage you can count on begins with deputies from the Burke County Sheriff's Office stepping in to make a major impact on the local youth. Here's our Ashley Jones.
To change the way I act and to show my mama that I can be anything that I want to be.
Landon Wright says he's ready to make a change.
No matter what you go through, you still can achieve your goals.
And that's one of the biggest lessons he took away from the Burke County Youth Intervention Seminar.
Kind of wanted to bring these young men together, ages 12 to 17, to speak with them about guns, drugs, and gang awareness and violence, things of that nature.
It's the first event of its kind coming from the Burke County Sheriff's Office. Sergeant Anthony Bennerman helped organize this event. He says many of the kids that attended the seminar needed a change in direction.
So basically, we want them to know that gangs, drugs, and violence, that it is a real thing. Not to emulate the things that they see on YouTube and music and rap videos and things like that. We just want to give them a real talk of life and consequences and to be aware of the actions that they may make.
Sergeant Bennerman says during the summertime, kids don't have much to do, which could lead them to making bad decisions or doing things they normally would not.
So we just wanted to speak with them about peer pressure and not letting anyone persuade you into doing something that you typically wouldn't do.
The seminar features speakers from Burke County's Gang Investigation Unit as well as motivational speakers.
I just found a different way to do things.
Robert Shine was one of those speakers from the seminar. He says he was once in those same shoes as many of the kids who attended today.
A lot of these kids, especially young men, they have a lot of energy. So we've all heard the common conception of, man, these boys are wild and they're bad. In my opinion, I don't think that it's that they're bad or I was bad. They just need to have their energy placed in the right area.
After Saturday's event, Landon says he'll be putting his energy towards achieving some of his goals.
I'm going to have to study more, focus, pay attention.
In Waynesboro, I'm Ashley Jones, WJBF News Channel 6.
A 16-month-old is recovering after being grazed on the head by a bullet. It happened in Grovetown late Friday night. Authorities say they received 2 different calls in the same neighborhood of shots fired. The first one was reported on the 300th block of Lori Lane. The map on your screen is the second location at Cogling Circle. It was there that the child was reportedly grazed on the head by a bullet while sleeping in a crib. Police believe it was not intentional.
Officers learned that the mother had been in bed in the master bedroom of the home, and the child had been in a crib in a separate bedroom when the house was struck by 2 projectiles. One of the projectiles entered through the exterior wall of the home, continued through an interior wall and into the master bedroom. The second projectile entered through the exterior wall of the home, continuing through several interior walls before exiting into the child's room, grazing the child's head as they slept in a crib.
Right now, there are no suspects. If you have any information, contact authorities. New today, the Saluda County Sheriff's Office made a large drug bust Friday night during the recent winter storm. Raymond Watkins and Shelby Rogers are charged with several possession with intent to distribute charges, including meth, fentanyl, and a Schedule III narcotic. The charges stem from a call in reference to a suspicious vehicle. That vehicle was a U-Haul, and the truck was seen parked at Mount Hebron Church on Highway 391. Deputies conducted a traffic stop. The pair was arrested then. Monday, at-home COVID-19 COVID-19 rapid antigen test kits will be available for people of South Carolina. They will be given out at county health departments no matter the person's age. It will be only one test kit with 2 tests inside. You can use DHEX testing locator to find out which locations have those tests available. The agency ordered more than 2 million tests in an effort to increase access to timely testing throughout the state. So far, the department has received 140,000 kits. They plan to let the public know when more arrive. Due to limited supplies, there is no guarantee that everyone who wants a test will get one. As the second semester of school starts, many school districts are scrambling to pivot to virtual classes because of COVID-19 outbreaks. Our Atlanta Bureau Chief, Archie Shashadri, has more. All right, and we're having some issues with that story. We'll try to get that for you as soon as possible. Now we are going to switch gears to weather. It is a calm day outside today, but it's a little chilly. Here's meteorologist Jenna Petracci. Jenna, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sean. Well, we actually have a very interesting sight this morning. Here's a look at our Jiffy Lube Skyv network cam in downtown Augusta. Check this out. It's getting worse as I keep looking at it. This is a lot of fog, and I believe this is actually freezing fog. What that means is that the fog is producing some drizzle, and that drizzle then freezes on surfaces such as the ground and trees, and that's because we have below freezing temperatures on the surface. So very interesting. It's getting worse as I keep looking at it. As I mentioned, it's starting to get to the point where you can't really even see anything over there. So if you are down there personally, definitely send me some pictures. I'd like to see what you're seeing. So temperatures are very cold right now. We're waking up in the 20s across the entire area. Only 23 degrees in Augusta. No spots are above freezing. Gibson just dropped to 19 degrees. However, we have clear skies throughout the area. Winds are a little breezy in some spots, 6 miles per hour in Waynesboro and Aiken. And when you factor in that wind, our wind chill is even colder, only feeling like 16 degrees in Waynesboro, 17 in Millen, 18 in Gibson. So definitely bundle up. It's a good idea to bring the heavy jackets out today. Even some scarves and gloves would even be great. Satellite and radar showing those mostly clear skies though, and across the big picture, not a lot happening. Just a freeze warning down in southern Georgia and parts of the Florida Panhandle. But for us, our morning show forecast is going to be a cold one. Temperatures starting out in those mid-20s, making it to 35 degrees by 10 a.m. Overall, a lot of sunshine for the next couple of days, but rain will return on Tuesday. I'll have more details on that coming right up. Back to you, Sean.
Jenna, thank you. The 2022 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Community Celebration is happening today in Aiken. It's being presented by Aiken Tech as well as USC Aiken. U.S. House Majority Whip James Clyburn will be the keynote speaker. The event will take place at the USC Aiken Convocation Center. Doors will open at 2:30. The event kicks off at 3. It's free and open to the public. The theme is centered on a quote by Dr. King: "Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly." January is Glaucoma Awareness Month. A doctor...
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Good Sunday morning. Starting out with this crazy shot on our Jiffy Lube Skyv network cam down at the Augusta Marriott. If you didn't see it earlier, you can go on my Twitter or Facebook page, Jenna Petracci WX, to see what this started as just 15 minutes ago. It was actually a pretty nice sunrise. Now, of course, it's been taken over by this fog. This is some very intense fog right over the river. I believe there's actually some freezing fog in here. We have had some reports of that earlier. And what that means is that the fog is producing drizzle, and that drizzle then freezes on surfaces such as the grass or trees, and that's because those surfaces are below freezing. And also, our temperatures are definitely below freezing today. 23 right now in Augusta, and the dew point is only 20 degrees. Visibility is now getting worse, down to 5 miles. So overall, another cold day in store for us today. Very frosty conditions waking up this morning. The sunshine that we started to see last night is sticking around though for the next couple of days until we go to Tuesday. Then we will have a very cloudy and also rainy day. So around the CSRA right now, we are all below freezing, not even seeing any 30s on this map. 25 in McCormick, Edgefield, you're at 24, 23 in Waynesboro and Millen, 27 in Wrightsville. Clear skies across the majority of the area though. We have a pretty light wind, but just that light wind is actually really making our wind chill very cold. Temperatures only feeling like 16 degrees in Waynesboro, 15 as that feels like temperature down in Millen. So definitely bundle up when you head out the door. I'd say you need more than even just a jacket. I'd bring out the scarves, beanies, gloves, whatever you have this morning, because we're definitely not used to this cold weather down in the south. Road temperatures are also important today. We do have the possibility of some more black ice. However, the chances of seeing that are much lower than yesterday, but also with that freezing drizzle, that could also cause some issues on the roadways. So we are watching those temperatures right now. They are all below freezing, so things can freeze at the surface. Satellite and radar, though, showing those clear skies throughout the area. And looking at the two-state view, overall, not a lot happening this morning, just a few clouds well to the north of us and not seeing any rain in sight. So for your day planner, we will have sunny skies, staying pretty cold, 45 degrees by noon, only making it into the low 50s today with light winds. Highs will continue to stay below average for the next several days. We will actually drop back into those upper 40s by the end of this week. So anyone who loves the cold weather is really liking these last couple of weeks we've had. Rain chances are pretty minimal this week. We're tracking one system that will bring just light rain showers on Tuesday, and it looks like on Friday it will also just be a little bit of a rainy day, not anticipating any winter precipitation at this time. So starting out with a look at Tuesday morning at 4 a.m., here's your futurecast showing that rain moving in. No severe weather or flooding concerns with this, and it's possible that rain could actually continue to shift further towards the south, and a lot of us may not see it. However, this model is showing the entire CSRA seeing that light rain at some point on Tuesday morning. Highs today are going to be chilly, mid-50s, and for tonight we will be in those upper 20s to low 30s. Here's your 10-day forecast. It's going to be a sunny next couple of days, but a 50% chance of rain on Tuesday, and a very cold week staying below average. Now back to you, Sean.
All right, Jenna, thank you. As the second semester of school starts, many school districts are scrambling to pivot to virtual classes because of COVID-19 outbreaks. Here's our Atlanta Bureau Chief, Archif Shashadri.
The CDC now recommends schools to have indoor masking, have students 3 feet apart, and cancel extracurricular activities and sports so that schools can continue with in-person learning.
Our legislators are being tested for COVID twice a week. They are required to wear masks. They are social distancing. If they get a positive test, they are required to quarantine. Our students and educators should be just as safe in their classrooms, in their workspace, as our legislators are at the Capitol.
The state's health department is offering free testing for all schools, and the governor says schools who expand testing options will be compensated.
We have people who don't want to be vaccinated for whatever reason, when we know that that is what is going to help us, particularly through this surge.
But with teacher shortages, the state health department says teachers can return to the classroom 5 days after they test positive, as long as they wear a mask and are asymptomatic.
The Omicron variant is very much more contagious, and despite it being more mild, the law of big numbers, if we have twice as many people infected, but it's only half as many people being hospitalized, we're back at that same number of people in the hospital.
The Georgia Association of Educators say that you should teach your kids how to wear a mask and get them vaccinated, so that we avoid another semester of virtual classes.
Help our children understand the importance of wearing their masks anytime that they are in the classroom, that they are on the bus, that they are not having a meal, they are not actively eating.
Reporting in Atlanta, Archif Sashadri, Atlanta Bureau Chief. Webster.
First, bears spotted in a Lincolnton neighborhood, and now monkeys on the loose in Pennsylvania. A trailer carrying 100 monkeys collided with a dump truck Friday.
And 4 of them escaped, and a family tried to help find them. Take a look.
When word got out that these 3-pound monkeys were on the loose in Danville Friday night, the Allen family sprang into action.
And we just decided to come and try, see if we could find one.
These Montoursville residents are animal lovers and drove half an hour to search the woods along Route 54 just off Interstate I-80. That's the spot where state police and game wardens search for the primates.
I saw it on Facebook, and actually it started as kind of a family fun joke about just making an experience, and going to try to save a monkey, because I actually brought a kennel, flashlights, night vision goggles.
The bitter cold did not deter their efforts to lend a hand.
And we were worried because my one friend is a state police officer, and she's like, they can't be out there that long. So we were like, oh no.
The Allen family wasn't able to find any of the monkeys, but they might consider adopting one in the future.
Me and my dad saw on an app that we have that like people have pet monkeys, so we really wanted to get one.
And I wonder if she's able to get one.
Yeah, I hope she does. That's really sweet. And as of Saturday evening, all of the monkeys have been accounted for, apparently.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think that's really impressive that they did that in the cold temperatures. Oh my gosh. I know it's really cold here, so I can't imagine how cold it was where they were.
Right. I've never ran to a monkey like that, but alligators definitely.
Oh,
down in
yeah.
Charleston.
Yep, I've seen a couple here in Augusta, actually.
Yeah.
In North Augusta as well.
All right. Coming up on Good Morning Augusta. If you use rideshare services, we have a warning for you. How 4 simple digits cost a man hundreds of dollars. That's coming up. But first, let's send to New York, where Whit Johnson standing by with a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America. Good morning, Whit. A warning for rideshare users. A Florida man says that he was the victim in a confusing two-factor authentication scam that he says it ended up costing him money. Becky Worley has the story and how to protect yourself.
Two-factor authentication is when you receive a text or email code to gain access to your account. It's a way of protecting you, but one man who thought he was doing the right thing warns it could end up really costing you. James Carvalho was headed to the Miami airport, waiting for an Uber that he just ordered.
I always say I will never fall for it. Of course, I'm running last minute to the airport. I'm trying to get there. I just want the car to get there.
But then he told affiliate station WPLG about how he got a text message with a 4-digit security code from Uber, and then another message from his driver through the app.
There's a message saying, I need your security code, your 4-digit code. Thinking Uber instilled a new security feature, I sent them the 4-digit code.
He said within minutes he was locked out of his account, the scammer using the texted code to change his password and his recovery email address. Then giving the driver a $200 tip on a $6 ride Carvalho never even took.
Many of us are using two-factor authentication, and the cyber criminals and fraudsters know that, and so they try to trick you into giving up the two-factor authentication code.
Carvalho has refunded the unauthorized charges, and Uber tells ABC News they've seen this type of scam before, but they are further investigating this incident, saying these types of scams are likely the result of a driver account being compromised. Our teams look into each instance and take appropriate action, adding Uber would never call or text or ask someone to give out their personal information.
As soon as the company or the individual of the company asks you to step outside that software platform, that means that transaction, that interaction cannot be tracked. That is usually a red flag that a scam is ready to unfold.
Security experts say if you receive a code via text, you should never message it to someone else. Yes, you will enter it into an authentication form or a password progression in an app or on a website, but never message it back out again. And probably the most important thing we all need to do is slow down and be skeptical in this situation. Ask what's the worst thing that happens if you don't immediately respond to something, especially if it seems a little off. Wait, research, and when in doubt, don't give information out.
Great tips. Time for another check of the